Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Rico, Rico's Aquariums. This is Aquarium Talk and everything in between, episode 37, I believe. How's it going? That's awesome. So today's topic is going to be what size for your first aquarium? Should I say, what size for your first saltwater aquarium? So what brought this on is another follower hits me up and says, I've been out the game for a while. What size? And I think that's a good, that's a good question. What size should I go with? And for you guys that's been following here for quite some time and, hear me out and, listen to these nice, lovely conversations and talks. Does size matter? I personally believe no matter what, it does. Can it dictate your success in aquarium? Yes, but can it also dictate your failures? Yes. So what size do you think most people should start off with? And it's really hard to tell somebody what they should or should not start off with. It's a case by case situation. And what I mean by that is some people are naturals and some people aren't. Okay. Some people are scared to turn one dial knob and some people jump right in hands on and it just makes sense to them. Why is that? Well, we all learn on different ways. Some of us can figure things out by simply reading manuals, books, stuff like that. And there's another batch of people that really has to be hands-on to learn. And that's what makes us all different and makes this hobby great and very diverse, right? That's what I think. So how do I tell somebody what size is the perfect size or what they should or should not go with? Once again, these are very difficult conversations because you don't know the person, usually from a can of paint, that's asking you these questions, okay? You don't know their money. You don't know their money situation. You don't know, are they in an apartment? Are they in a house, a condo? What are the rules if they are renting or, do they even know if they're allowed to have an aquarium? Water creates a lot of damage and we're talking about salt as well. And, it is what it is. So all these things play a part as far as what we're talking about, they all have their place in this conversation. I find myself reluctant to answer questions like that. And somebody might say, why? Okay. Well, why? Because what if, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I tell somebody, well, I think you should get one of the name brand tanks out here. Well, and that name brand tank ends up failing on them. Everything in this hobby is always pointed at someone besides and even though I'm not the tank manufacturer, if I give you a suggestion, even though it's my opinion, who do you think's going to be the one holding the bag of, oh, he did this and he told me this and it was a lie, it was this and that, even though clearly I didn't put it together. I think about things like that. I really try to watch what I say when it comes to certain things because people are quick to blame you if you give them a suggestion versus taking it out on the company. No notifications. There we go again. I completely apologize. There's nothing I can do. It is YouTube at its finest right now, not getting notifications out to you guys. So this is why another reason these videos are going to be up. I have nothing to hide. What I have to say is what I have to say. So we'll leave them up. I'm glad they're only 8 hours, and I decided to, I mean, they're not 8 hours, and I'm deciding to make 1 hour increments, even if I go back to back, 3 or 4 hours. It's still broken up on a topic or a random talk. So you're able to go back, you're able to still show the appreciation, hit the thumbs up, and all that stuff. No, Fish Tropic. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure they do, but I don't. You've been around long enough to know that I really don't give a crap when it comes to that. But no, it's just looking out for people. I want to look out for people, but and I've said this before because another YouTuber said it to me. They say, "Hey, Rico, no good deed goes without being punished." And that's the truth. You can always want to help, and you can be sincere, and you can bend over backwards for somebody, but it will never be enough, and you'll always have haters. And that's cool. I don't mind that. But what I was talking about is giving suggestions. When somebody asks me, hey, what size should I go with, or what brand should I go with? Mainly the brands. Size we can talk about. But when it comes to a brand of a piece of equipment, I have my opinions on a brand. And reason why, whatever brand comes in front of me and I give my opinion, it's my opinion. People might look at it, on because it's on YouTube. Oh, well, Rico, you'll never be sponsored. You'll never be this. You'll never be that. Here's the thing. I don't know why people are so worried about a sponsor or anything like that. At the end of the day, you already know who's peeling the paint off of who when it comes to doing reviews. I personally don't care about any of it because I'm very capable of purchasing whatever piece of equipment that I want. And at the end of the day, guess what? There's anything you've ever bought, at whatever store you bought it from, there's a selection where you can leave a review. Therefore, what difference does it make if I do it here or I do it there? I'm still going to tell you what it is and maybe where you can improve whatever it is that I bought or whatever. But when it comes to products, though, for me to tell you what to buy or what not to buy, I will never really do that. I will go over any piece of equipment that I've ever had it physically in my hand or used, and I will do my assessment on my perspective on that and my views. I don't care who gets ticked off. I don't care what company says I can't stand that guy. I'll never work with him. Why? Because I have an opinion. I have a say. I have a voice. I want to use my voice. I would like to be able to speak about what it is that I want to talk about. I don't want anybody or any company to ever think that they're going to dictate or tell me what I can and cannot say. You couldn't do that if I was on a forum. I just left Walmart and I got something and I say, hey, this is BS. I ordered this from Walmart. Okay, they did this. Okay, I'm leaving my review. What happened? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's just me. Other people choose to do that. It's not for me. But when you ask me, I'm telling you, everybody that's watching this, when it comes to what tank or, and what manufacturer, that's totally on you. Okay. Reasons why. Once again, if something bad happens, don't blame me. Well, you said it doesn't matter. That was my opinion. None of this has happened. Just to clear this up, this is a random talk about what tank size for your first aquarium. while I'm getting through some of the things that I will not do out here. And one of them is just giving you a brand that you should or should not really get. Like I can say, hey, I think this is awesome. I think it could be cleaned up, but blah, this or that, or whatever the case may be. It is what it is, man. Life is too short to be. I listen, man. I'm not desperate for money. Okay, I'm not by any means rich. I am just like everybody else. I work hard for $1. That's that. I don't live in some mansion. I don't have, anything like that. I'm just an average Joe, just like everybody else. The difference might be between me and everybody else. I'm content on who I am. I'm not out here to impress any company. I don't care if it's Red Sea, Water Box, Planet Aquariums, Fluval, Neptune, Ecotech. What else we got there? Current USA, Orphic, Tunzi. Who else out there? Pilot Lab. Who else out there? I don't care anything of what they think. As far as nobody's going to tell me what I'm going to and what I'm not going to do. I wake up every morning, I slip my pants on, and I zip from the front as a man. I wake up as a man. I go to bed as a man. I have an opinion as a man. And that's that. And it's not to be funny to any company. Hey, everything is not perfect in this world. There are a lot of things. I don't care if it's my Harley. I don't care if it's my Chevy. I'm a Chevy guy, diehard Chevy guy. I don't care if it's a Chevy. Guess how many Chevys I've owned in my life? Guess how many of them have recalls and this and that? Things I don't like. Do I still buy them? Of course I do. Why? Because the good outweighs the bad. You got to remember, things are done in mass production. Okay? At the end of the day, you would be a fool to believe anything that you buy is 100% built Ford tough, because even Ford ain't that tough. Sorry, guys. You see how I did that? Anyway, it's just not going to happen. Ain't nothing in this world perfect. Just saying. Do people get upset with me? Of course they do. Why? Because I have an opinion, because I like to just be real about it. I look at things for what it is. Why? Why do you think, do you really think that I worry about a sponsorship, you guys? I get a lot of people asking me that. Do you really think I worry about that? I'm just being real. Because I find it funny that you think that I would worry about that. Okay? I'm not. You guys got enough people that will blow smoke up your butt. And if I would be sponsored or am sponsored, this is me. A sponsored person would have to accept me for me, zip it, and let me do me. And I'll leave this up so you guys can send that to whoever you want to send it to. That's what's funny too. There's things that I say. I've had people come back and show me or tell me that, hey, this is something that you told somebody. I had a company. Want to believe it or not? I had a company. You guys want to hear a real story? Get those thumbs up. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. Okay. You want to hear it, and then you guys can tell me what you think. All right. I'll give you a story. I'll tell you a real life situation, an event on it. Okay, so get your thumbs up as you guys come in. I know a lot of you guys forget. That's fine. Get them up. So, story goes, I was working with a company, right? Trying to do something and really, do something, something that I there's a lot that I use of from a company and stuff like this, right? Um, I'm figuring out how we're going to do this or what we're going to do, you know, all the above. Like, sitting down at the round table, figuring out what's going to be what. They make it sound really good as far as I'm concerned, like this, and that, but they pussyfoot all around everything. Constantly, well, what's going on? Or this person's scared. They don't know if, because so here, basically saying because of who I am, they're scared as if I'm a risk. I'm a liability. Liability for what? Oh, maybe a liability for just telling it like it is. There was another individual, which I know who it is, and I'll put it out there because they watch anyway. You know what I mean? So I'll put it out so as if they had an aha moment, right? Because I really don't care. That's their loss, and they can never come back. Period. You're shunned, as far as I'm concerned. Because if that's the type of person you are and that's the way you operate, I don't really want to be bothered with you. Now, that's you as a person or that company, whatever. Are there things that I still want and use for my aquarium? Yeah, because it's not about the product. It's about the individuals that stand behind the product. There's things that I still believe in and work with. A lot of their stuff is completely garbage. Okay, I'll put that out there. The thing is that, I'm being, waiting around. First off, I'm not going to be your poster boy to blow smoke up everybody's butt. And I'm just being honest. I'm not. I have a way of doing things. I like doing things my way. Sorry that you cannot control me. Based on all that, there was something that came by that said, well, now we're dealing with this because somebody sent this over. And what it was is me on my live stream, as if I have anything to hide. If I had something to hide, I wouldn't do it on the live stream. How many of you guys would agree on that? I told a person, because they were trolling, and it's okay for everybody to do that, but I'm not a suit and tie person. Let's get that straight. Look at me. Do you think that I'm a suit and tie person? Because I'm not. I will tell you where to go, where to stick it, where the sun don't shine. Faster than a hawk can eat slop. So you know who I am. So don't give me and don't play me, right? So there was a video of me telling another person, "You lucky my zipper stuck, or I'd put something in your mouth." How many times have y'all heard me, been around here, hearing me say that? I mean, because a lot of people bump their gums, but they don't bump their gums in front of me because, I'm not registered yet, No, I don't, no suit, no ties, no sleeves. Listen, man, I'm going to say whatever I need to say. If y'all was standing right here, I'll say it right here. I go to the show and say it. Like, don't come to me on some BS about what I said. I'm a man. I stand behind exactly what I said. Okay. And I felt like, okay, you want to use this to kind of backpedal. Well, back on out and stay out. That's how I feel. And, my wife it got to the point my wife was just like, she don't even want me to deal with them, period. Okay. It is what it is, man. People try to use you and get what they can. And then at the same time, they don't like what you're doing, but they try to use you, get what they can. And then, make it sound good. They want to, I can't deal with people like that. The industry is really, really, really crazy. And I don't care at the end of the day. I'm not here to constantly make the next man $1 million by taking advantage of my peers that follow me on my channel and take advantage of them and use my face and my talk and my voice to take advantage of peers and people that follow me that at least probably respect what it is that I say. And for me to burn my bridges with the people that follow me, oh, for who are you? So you make all this money, okay? What a sponsorship gives or whatever, it's peanuts. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's peanuts. It has to be a respectful thing. You know, you do have to pay your dues, I believe, in any job. You start at the bottom, you work your way up. I'll start at the bottom, but I'm not gonna work my way up by the people that follow me. You get all this and do all this when your product in reality is garbage and whatever. So that's how I felt about that. That was a real story that, I'm just like, I was really turned off. I'm usually turned on all the time in this hobby, but I was turned off big time on that one. And, there's people that constantly go to other people all the time, like talking smack to companies about me. Like, the only difference is that it all comes out. They all tell me. All right. What's being said. I only had one company ever try to be like, oh, well, they're worried about because of stuff like this. Well, if you're going to tell me because of stuff like this, that means what? How do you guys take that? What does that mean? I can't be real. That's where I'm at with it. That means that I can't be a real person. I have to be a character, an entity, a suit and tie to be part of your company. I don't want to be part of it then. I don't want nothing to do with it then. Bye-bye, Felicia. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm right, tell me if I'm right. But anyway, we got off on a whatever. So, when it comes to me giving out information, like as far as this is the company you should go with, they all have problems for the most part. Some worse than others, and we can talk about those things. But as far as me to tell you what to pick up or what not to, that's just not going to happen. You have to do that for yourself. That is your money. That is your hard-earned everything. You got your overtime in. You did what you had to do. Therefore, that's your decision. What you like and what I like anyway is going to be different. You know what I mean? Period. But at the same time, I'll be straight up about whatever it is. When it comes to what should your first aquarium be, you have to understand a whole bunch of things. And this is something that I think I've said a couple times already in this week. When it comes to that, you guys seen some fluval tanks behind me. There's the Evo and then there's the Flex. There's a 13.5 and then there's a 32.5 aquarium. Okay. You can, will those work for people? Yes. Okay. Is that a typical size that I would start anybody off? No, not as a beginner. I'm just being honest. Sorry, Fluval, but no, I'm not. I'm just keeping it real. These are not tanks that I would tell anybody. If I were to tell somebody what to do, these tanks would not even come up in conversation as a first-time hobbyist. Now, somebody that's been around and has some knowledge and really more advanced hobbyists and really want to tinker and do some, scientific stuff, I think these tanks are perfect for that. Or like the 32, like I said, I would use that as like a quarantine tank and stuff like that. And we'll show you all about that. But that would be stuff that I would use it for. But as a first tank, no. So what would you suggest? Once again, I can't. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Myself and nobody else on social media. I don't care how much money they make, how well they advertise something, how well they do their marketing, how well they look on social media because they might be just so big where money's not a problem. They can whatever give suggestions. Ultimately, nobody can give suggestions on that because we don't know you. We don't know your thinking process. I don't know what type of learner are you. I don't know what your money's like. I don't know anything about you. So therefore, how can I tell you anything? All I've ever done on this channel is say, I think, hey, regardless, probably the lowest I would ever go. I think a 120 is great starting off. I think a 180, y'all have heard me say this a million times. I think a 180 gallon is the perfect size, no matter if you're beginning or if you're advanced. Okay, I think it's the perfect happy medium of the perfect size aquarium. That's what I've always said. And I still stand by that. I think it is manageable, workable, cost effective, the whole 9 yards. Now, speaking of cost, once again, why we can't tell you what size is good for you because of the cost. Ultimately, smaller tanks are going to be really, it's cheaper. Ultimately, bigger tanks are upfront cost. But smaller aquariums are going to be, cheap. The only problem is you're going to find yourself outgrowing it very fast, usually within the first 6 months or a year. If not, you've done already upgraded it once, if not 2 or 3 times. So you take all that you've already spent into a smaller tank, just doing upgrades versus where you could have been at the first time, then whatever. So, but once again, you sneeze wrong. That's another point. You sneeze wrong. Okay, you overdo something here on a scale like this 13.5, you can almost guarantee you're done. That tank is done. Overdose some alk or something. Gone. See ya. Do that in 100 gallons. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be way more forgiving than this 13.5 gallons by a long shot, by miles long. That's the problem. That's where, how do I tell you what size? So, when I was asked earlier today on the phone, I said, whatever you can afford. Because ultimately it's whatever you can afford, what you're able to live with, what you're able to afford. That is the honest God's truth. And that's the only way that I can honestly just be straight up with you guys. Like, I can't decide that for you. You're the only person that has to decide that. I understand if you're indecisive, this is your first time. It's scary. I understand. It's scary. It's intimidating. It's all these things. I get it. And you really just looking for some guidance and some help. Listen to what I'm saying. This is your guidance. This is your help. This is what I'm trying to help you understand. If money's not an option, guess what? Sky's the limit with you. If money is an option, then you really need to sit down and really plan this out. Okay. And everything from where you're going to put the tank to the size that you can afford and all the equipment that goes with it, your lighting, the whole 9 yards that you want in it. And then, stocking is just stocking, at the end of the day. But you still have to even think about your stocking, what fish you're going to be able to get away with and what you're not going to be able to get away with. So if money is going to be, a problem, then you really need to plan out what you're going to do. If money's not a problem and you can just burn through money, hey, God bless you. Okay. Not a lot of people in this hobby can do that. But if you can do that, then sky's the limit. There's nothing you need to ask anybody. You might want to ask about certain pumps or something like that. That's cool. I would say if money's not an option, I would say go with the best pump that they think that possibly made out there. Just go straight to a business and stuff like that. And Boshi sumps or whatever sumps, MRCs, skimmers, and calcium reactors and Geo. I mean, just go top of the line, everything. Radion Gen 5s, all Ecotech blown out. I mean, just do you at that point, if that. But the reality is there's not a lot of people that are on that level. And, they're average people like myself. It's average people. Do I do a little bit better than most people? Yeah, because I've been around and I know a lot of people. Okay. But I don't take advantage of that. And I also share whatever I get. I share that. You know what I mean? I work hard for what I get. And anything that I'm not going to obviously use, I want to pass that on to people that are just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Why not? The whole world is already greedy enough. Everybody just wants to be greedy. I'm not using it. Why not give it away? Give it to somebody else to use. I think how many of you guys got so much stuff in your closet? You're going to use. You're hoarding it. It's just sitting there for whatever, collecting dust. By the time you decide to use it, you're not going to use it. You're going to throw it in the trash because it's really old technology. Why can't that stuff be passed on to other people? You know what I mean? Do giveaways. Give it away. Give it away. You're not going to use it. Stop hoarding it because whatever. If you want to charge a couple bucks, then charge a couple bucks. Okay? Make it available for other people. Give it away. Let somebody else use that because they might need that. That might be the thing that's keeping them from either staying in the hobby or not staying in the hobby. Yes, donate. Donate it. I mean, at the end of the day, I understand people are just downright greedy. All right. I get it. But at the end of the day, I understand if you need to make a couple bucks. Okay. But you're only making a couple bucks. It ain't like you're selling it full price. I mean, you're making it more cost efficient for somebody else. You might need it because you're working on something towards something, and that's cool. You don't have to give everything away for free. You can put a little bit of money on it because you need some upgrades too. They're buying an upgrade for their system. Hey, everybody's happy, right? If there's things that you can give away, give it away. If you got to put a little bit of money on it, then put a little bit of money on it. It's perfect. All I'm saying is clean out your closets because I know a lot of y'all got so much stuff and the wife and girlfriends and significant others will thank you later. Okay. I can't stand having a lot of stuff like I don't. If I'm not using it, it's gone. It's gone. Here you go, bro. Here you go. Have fun. And that's just me. That's just me. So also, that's what it comes down to. I can't honestly give anybody any advice on what company to go to. There's so many companies out there that make tanks. Everybody from Fluval to custom aquariums to custom. I mean, there's actually a company called Custom Aquariums. There's Exotic Aquariums that built my tank. Custom Aquariums, Planet Aquariums, Red Sea, Waterbox. I said Fluval already. Who else? Marineland. Who else? There's so many different companies out here. You have to pick your own. Will any of them work? They sure will. Will all of them do the exact same job? They sure will. What else do you need to know about them? Will they have failures? Yep, every single one of them. I'm just being real. Okay, so the problem is that people don't even do this right. You have to understand that what can fail will fail. I don't understand why people just think that everything is going to last forever. Some things are just built poorly. Remember when I pulled out this pump out of, the pump out of the Flex 32 there? I'm not going to lie, that plastic, did you see that? You missed a video on that? There's no way in heck that I would let that pump manage that aquarium. I'll change it out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to change that out because I'm going to use that aquarium for something. So I'm going to change that out with a C-chain pump. I'm not playing. I just got to look and see what size CJ pump that will work for that, or hit them up and tell them, hey, this is what it is. This is the chamber. Let them look at it and get the specs and see what pump that will work for that. But I'm not playing around with that pump. That pump will probably have me kill everything in that aquarium. I'm not saying. I'm just saying I will use that pump to mix salt. I will use that pump to pump water out of something until it stops working. I mean, Flubel could be mad about that, but at the end of the day, that's just my opinion, and that's what I see, and that's how cheap it looked. So why am I going to deal with it? I'm not. I'm going to handle it before it's a problem. I don't see anything wrong with that. Do y'all see anything wrong with that? Me saying that? I don't. Oh, well, you know what I mean? They don't. I don't owe them nothing, and they don't owe me nothing. You know? If anything, they should say, hey, thank you for your advice. Maybe we should step up our pump, make it look better. Maybe you should. That's all I can say about it. The other pump looks like, okay, it is what it is. I feel like the other one, just, I don't even care. You can put a Maxi Jet in there, something that's been around. I think that pump was probably equivalent to the Maxi Jet. So on the 13.5, I have to look at it again, but it didn't look as cheap as that. And it probably is, but it just didn't even look like it. So we'll see. Anyway, minimum sizes. Honestly, here's this. I could say this, right? Reason why I say 90. I think 90 is right where you can pretty much get away with the majority of fish that you might want to start off with at the beginning. Now, I don't know how you think, so I'm saying this lightly here. I would say it's enough room. It's right there at that buffering of, if you did something wrong, it's not going to be catastrophic or stuff like that. That's why I say 90. Some other people might say a little bit, smaller, like, 40 breeders. Everybody goes and gets the 40 breeders just because obviously they're cheap, and DIY, do it yourself, overflow them and stuff like that. Petco, $1 per gallon. Hey, you can't beat it. People might say that might be the smallest. It's up to you. It's a hit and miss. It really falls down to the individual. So it really does. It falls down to you as the hobbyist. What's your capacity on learning and how quick you pick up on things or understand things. I think if you're not quite sure or understanding things, maybe you might want to consider a larger system. If you're very very anal and very on it, I guess maybe you can go a little bit smaller. But what brand? That's up to you, man. That's totally up to you. So, do you think I covered that well, you all that are watching here? All 30, whatever, how many's here? Do you think that I said that clear enough? People get the memo. Like when it comes to this conversation is just what size for your first saltwater aquarium. There's not a lot that I can, there's not a lot that I can just do for you on that. Bottom line is that the larger the volume of water, the more time it takes before it degrades. Yeah. And that is the bottom line. So long as people understand that, I think everybody has a good fighting chance at having a perfect saltwater aquarium for themselves. I think a lot of this stuff is made up for people to make things very difficult for people. And it doesn't have to be that difficult. The only difficult part that I see in this hobby is just the afford to be able to afford it. To be honest, I hate seeing certain things like people doing dumb stuff, taking a mini aquarium this size and putting a yellow tang in it. Like that to me also is a, you know, I think misinformation, like visual, you got to understand people are visual um, people too. There's visual learners. There's hands-on visual and book smart, just like textbook. Okay. I forgot to mention visual. So when you see certain people with thumbnails and stuff that has, you know, little fish or big fish in a little aquarium nano tank, I mean, that's not cool. Because people are going to think that that's okay. Now, I can't tell somebody what to do with their thumbnails, clickbait, and all that. I can't do that. But what I'm telling you is what I see, and I'm just putting my opinion on it. That I think that's misleading. I think it's considered misleading because there's going to be people that are very visual learners are going to see that and be like, dude, guess what? I could get this 13.5 in here and put a Soho tang in it that's already 8 inches. Poor thing. What's up, West Coast? We listen to you because you've been in the hobby for so long and saving us money. Thank you. I try to save you guys all the money I possibly can save. You know, it's called be smart, be patient, and buy something the first time right. You know, buy good and right the first time, and you can thank me later. And that's just all to it, man. You got to be patient with the aquarium, but you also got to be patient. If you can't afford whatever it is that you really want, don't settle for less. Save and stack your money. It's not going anywhere. If anything, if you did that, you might see that, you know, they might be coming out with a Vector L3 next. So that's the newest. I'm not saying they are. I just threw that out there because they had a Vector L1 and they got the Vector 2s. Hey, they might come out with a 3. By the time you got to save up, you got the newest. Now you can afford the newest product. You know, just save up. It's not, the hobby's not going anywhere, not as far as I know. Okay. And if it was, then I would tell you. And then we'll switch this channel over to this all kinds of life talk. I wanted to run a life talk channel. You know that? Real life, everyday problems and talk channel. That's what I want to do at some point because dealing with no matter what hobbies and stuff like that. But anyway, that's just something I thought about. But maybe for a freshwater dip. Yeah, right. So, you know, the thing is, I want to save you guys problems, headaches, and money. Once again, you guys wonder why I mess with those guys right there. For the simple fact is, you know, they'll be the first one to tell you, hey, I don't want you to buy junk. I want you to buy what you need, not, you know, just buy something to buy something. You know, if it's junk, I mean, it is what it is. You know, don't buy junk. You got to understand, you know, for a company to say that has to have sales to stay afloat or to be in business, that still says a lot about who they are as an individual. You know, they'd rather you just buy right and tight the first time than just, you know, be buying, you know, whatever. Now, don't get it twisted. You got to have some junk because some junk can last you for quite some time. And the junk, you know, if it's at a good price or whatever, it needs some mixing pumps or something like that. It's not like junk doesn't have a place in this hobby because it does, you know. But people just have to understand you do get what you pay for. And that's why I made the talk about also about these companies, you know, um, you know, when it comes to aquariums and stuff. Like I got a topic that I got to talk about aquarium. I got an aquarium topic that I'm going to address, and I'm gonna put it out there. Now that might be bad. I don't. It ain't gonna be bad for me because it's my opinion, and that's just how I feel. Um, but it's coming. At the end of the day, I'm not here to create problems or chaos in this hobby. What I am here to do is say, guess what? I have an opinion, and I do think that things can change for the better in this hobby. And maybe I'm very unorthodox. My look, my personality, the way I talk, the way I look at things is very unorthodox. Okay. And that's fine. That should be fine. But I don't fit the norm of spokesman, okay, for any company. And I don't want to because I'm not them. Okay. I am me. And I'm proud to be me. And I respect me for being me. And I'm in charge of myself. Nobody's in charge of me. And I want people to hear what's what. I am tired and sick and tired of, and I'm being honest, of people being taken advantage of by people that's supposed to be in this hobby because they love it. And people are supposed to be in this hobby to help, and all they're helping is themselves. To their hand in the cookie jar and talking about things and making it sound so awesome when they even know that it's complete BS. These people ain't gonna say nothing bad. I don't need to put names on it. I don't need to base anybody out. I think you guys been long enough can see who's who for what they are. I don't need to be, because God forbid I do that, then I'm a hater. Once again, not that I care what somebody thinks, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm tired of people being taken advantage of. I want people to really think about what they're doing before they even get into this hobby. I want them to really think long and hard where their tank's going to go. Why are you buying the tank, in the first place? And understand that it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful hobby. It's a very rewarding hobby. It pays big dividends at the end once you're thriving and stuff. But you got to work for it. It's just not going to happen. You have to pay your dues. You have to take your L's. You have to take your willy lumps and get back up and fight for it. What I'm doing is making sure that I try to minimize your lumps and your failures by just keeping it real and helping you open up and understand what you may need to do, which is just pump your brakes, take a deep breath, think about it, write it down, understand where you're going with this tank, understand what you want with this tank, understand what size you want, understand you ain't got enough money, so you're going to be patient and save up, wait for income tax or get some extra hours, request some extra hours to buy your next part. Take your time. This is a hobby. Think about it as a car. You just adding parts. You working hard. It's going to take about 90 days to get this in. You know what I'm saying? I need new cross members, some motor mounts. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need a single dual plane intake manifold, or a double hump or double plane manifold, or Harley carb or no Harley carb. I mean, these are all the things that you need. Vacuum, 4-core radiator, whatever it is. These are things that you're going to buy in sections. Okay. These are things that you're going to buy in sections and pieces. I mean, unless you got the money now. If you got the money, hey, do what you do. But most people don't. So just be patient. That's where I'm coming in. I'm just trying to make sense of this hobby. Help you make sense of this hobby. I'm not, hey, listen. I am not a master at this hobby. I'm not a master at any of this. There's no such thing. I'm well diverse. I have many years of experiences, and I have a whole slew of opinions. How about that? Whether you choose to use them, whether you choose to listen to this guy bump his gum for an hour at a time, that is on you, my player, my friend. That's completely on you. But ultimately, hopefully, that this talk is go somewhere. Hopefully, people will listen and understand that it's really up to you, your price point, and what type of thinker you are, or should I say learner you are. Are you a visual learner? Are you a hands-on learner? Are you a book learner? What type of learner are you? And I can't tell. It doesn't matter what type when it comes to this one, but each one has to have patience. Basically, all I'm doing, as Denzel said at one time, each one teach one. Each one teach one. And obviously, you guys are here to hear what I got to say and maybe learn something. And that's it. So is there any questions, anything that you guys would like to ask? I apologize for those that are going to get this, see this at a later date. All I can do, West Coast actually, he unsubscribed, then resubscribed, hit the notification. He did get notified when he did do that. And then the next time I went live, he said he didn't get notified. So once again, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. YouTube has to do something on their end. And, that's just that. Rico, do you have any advice on someone who is planning to fumigate the house? Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so if you plan on fumigating the house, of what to do, okay, with their reef tank. First off, as far as I know, everything will die inside the house. What type of thing are you trying to fumigate? Second off, what size aquarium are you talking about? Okay. So Decanter said it popped up on their feed, but not notification. That didn't actually get a notified. It wasn't actually notified, should I say. And that was Reefaholic. So Reefaholic, depending on the size of the aquarium, if it's a large aquarium, buddy, all I can do and tell you, you got to cover that tank, dude. Yeah. Talking about you have to cover your tank. So you're going to have to air seal tight that tank. You cannot run your protein skimmer during this process. Your protein skimmer, unless you're pulling air from outside. And if they're spraying outside your house, then you can't run that protein skimmer. Meaning if they're running around the foundation with some kind of airborne chemical spray. That can't happen. So you need to shut that off when it comes time, and they're going to do it. Wait till they're going to do it. Okay? You're going to get plastic bags. You're going to seal up this tank like nobody's business. Get you some good tape. Get a good seal on it, okay? If you can just separate your sump in a way, what I'm saying is get the top of the tank Would it just water moving? Maybe. I don't know how long this is going to take. Well, I guess you could, depending on your sump and how your sump is, which I can't see. But if you can seal off the sump area, seal off the top of the tank, do not use your protein skimmer, then you got a good chance. At a 240 though, or 240, that's all you got. That's it. If you try to disturb stuff and do stuff on the WAM, dude, you're gonna get the same results. So at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, plastic bag, tight, so nothing can get into it. Okay. If you can have, I don't know if it's a bomb smoke mine where it's got to be everything sealed up. I don't know, on that. But you definitely have to keep everything tight, sealed up. So if you can do that, you should be fine. You should be fine, but you can't be sucking air from a protein skimmer that's a house full of chemicals, because that's just going to go right into your tank. So be very thoughtful on this process. Now, I never been involved in a process like that. I'm very thankful for that, because my mind would be gone lightweight. You know what I mean? But these are the steps that I would definitely take. I know that's the first thing I would make. Listen, it'd be so tight and buttoned up, it wouldn't even be funny. So as far as oxygen, it's going to be what's left in the tank. You know what I mean? So a bigger tank, it's going to take longer to deplete as well. So you got to remember that. You should be okay. I don't know. But that's where I would go on that one. So any other questions? Anything else? I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I'm gonna go lay down, man. I was gonna do another live stream, but I really feel like crap. It took everything for me to sit here and get this one in. Once this is up and whatever, make sure that you guys show some love, thumbs up. Once again, if you guys would like to become a member of this channel, I greatly appreciate it. It definitely does help show love and support to what I'm doing here. So that is an option. I'm glad YouTube has made that possible for us creators as well. So you can utilize that. Don't forget to always come in, show support, thumbs up. Also, if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, once this video is up in the comment section, or what do you think I'm doing and how these live streams are working out, I appreciate you guys if you just leave it down in the comment section once these videos up. Let me know what you guys think. How do you like the format? Also, what do you would like to see more of? Would you like to see more unboxings of equipment? What would you like me to get? Is there a piece of equipment you would like me to get in that you want me to talk about? I could try to make that happen. Do an unboxing, talk about it, give you my honest opinion. Yeah, so let me know. Don't hesitate. This all helps, obviously, people that are new, coming in and all that. So what's up, homie? What's going on, Naked Dog? Hello. So don't forget, everyone. Thank you for coming in. This is Rico's Aquariums. Don't forget to be able to, if you're new and you want to get a discount, or you're looking for certain aquarium needs, right there, guys. Right there. Check those guys out. The link's in the description of all my videos. You can go there, sign yourself up, get an account, and receive 5% for life. Also, when you make your purchases, don't forget to mention my name. Maybe they'll throw you in a free little koozie or something, or some stickers or something. don't forget to how much, let them know where you heard from me and how much you enjoy this channel. And they might toss you a little freebie in your next order. So once again, thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Appreciate all you guys do for me and making this possible for me to feel that I'm doing the right thing by keeping it real always. 2021. Peace out.